Like, if that's not the definition of an artist, and that geniusness of less is more, simple is usually better. We don't need to complicate it.
Hmm.
And art is already so subjective and so complicated, but the fact that I could just write love, like right here on my t-shirt, and that's it, that's everything, that's the ethos, that right there is the power of it. And I didn't realize that. I have to have people tell me that all the time and just remind me that I was able to take a word that has existed forever, right? I don't own the word. I didn't create this. It's just how I'm using it and how we're showing up in the world in this lens of living through love. Um, but the moment, there's a few moments, I stood up in this exercise and they asked us, like, what are we creating in the world? And I stood up and said, I am love. And just over time, from every mural I painted, from who will you be to I am to you are beautiful to anything can happen, stories of people standing in front of the work and choosing love. I didn't know that's what they were doing in the moment.
Hmm.
Looking back now, I'm like, oh, love is a verb. This is a catalyst. This is an action. And I started taking all that messaging, all that information from God, the universe, whoever you subscribe to, a higher power, a higher being, a different frequency, whatever. I'm like, this is just love. And humans love to complicate everything. We are meaning making machines. Anything can mean something
Yeah.
or nothing, or we can invalidate what it means by a different thing. Mercury is in retrograde, and all of a sudden everything's going haywire if you subscribe to that. So, love, it's simple. We complicate it, right? I believe it's undefinable, right? The dictionary says it's a strong feeling of affection. It's definitely more than that.
Because there was this beautiful moment when you talked about love being like finding that mission. You lit up. You had this little smile that just popped in. It was like every time I've seen you talk about it on like podcasts, it's that you can feel the joy that you have, that you've truly found what you're here to do and what to give out. But you were self-taught. Did you find any sort of kickback to people, because there's this kind of snobbery in some industries about where you went to school, who your mentor was, how you're expected to pay your dues. Did you find any kind of like pushback from the established art scene? Ugh, yeah, you know what I mean. That, well, we do
I
it
know,
this
I
way.
know what you're saying. There is so much there, right? The beautiful thing about the world we're in today is we don't have to go by the normal quote unquote roots, right? Go get your master's in fine art, go study here, go study there, and be anointed. And then someone picks you, and then you're now the next on the up and coming. Like, anyone could be an artist. Um, and there's more to it than that. But the truth is, we're all creators. So yeah, I have dreams of being in a museum one day, and I have to just make my conversation so loud that people can't ignore me because I didn't go down the traditional routes. But I'm not going to let that set me back. I've had people with MFAs and like, yeah, wow, your color theory's on par. Like, where did you? And I'm like, I had to look up color theory the first few times I heard it because I didn't know what it was. It's just no, I go by a feeling and what my eyeballs like. Like, this is how I like. They're like, and some people have gone to say, like, if you had gone to traditional art school, it probably would have ruined you,
Yeah.
right? Made you another cookie cutter product. So there's good and there's bad in all of it. I'm just staying on my path. There's good and bads on the street version of it, right?